If you're over 50 and you feel stiff in the morning, stiff when standing up, stiff after sitting, or stiff when reaching for something, I want you to know something important. You are not broken. You are normal. And most importantly, this stiffness is not something you must accept as just aging. Let me explain everything slowly, clearly, and in the simplest way possible. Think of your body like a tent. Your bones are the tent poles, your muscles are the ropes that pull, your tendons are the strong cables connecting muscles to bones, and your ligaments are the thick elastic bands holding bones together at joints. Now imagine that tent has been sitting outside for years. The elastic cords lose their stretch, the canvas gets stiff, everything feels tight. That's exactly what happens to your tendons and ligaments after 50. Here's the most important truth, possibly the most important thing to understand. After about age 40 to 50, your body produces less collagen every single year. Collagen is the rubber-like protein that keeps your tissues springy and flexible. By age 60, you're producing about 10% less than at 50. By age 70, it's about 20% less. But that's not all. The collagen you do make becomes drier, stiffer, and less elastic, developing crosslinks like knots in a rope that make it hard to bend. So when your tendons lose elasticity, your ligaments tighten, and your joints feel stiff, this is biology, not failure. This is not your fault. You feel this every day. Getting out of bed hurts because your Achilles tendon is tight. Reaching overhead feels hard because shoulder tendons don't stretch easily. Bending down is difficult because hip and back ligaments resist. This isn't weakness. This is stiffness. And there's something you can do about it, something we will discuss later in this video. Now let's talk about joint pain, because not all joint pain is the same, and knowing the difference is absolutely critical. The first type is osteoarthritis, which is normal wear and tear. You've been using your joints for 50, 60, 70 years. That's like opening and closing a door hinge millions of times. Eventually, the surfaces wear down a little. The cartilage slowly thins. The joint space narrows. Bones rub slightly. This type hurts more with movement, gets better with rest, and causes morning stiffness that lasts less than 30 minutes. This is mechanical, not inflammatory, and it usually affects the joints you use most, like your knees, hips, and hands. The second type is inflammatory arthritis, like rheumatoid arthritis, and this is completely different. Your immune system gets confused and attacks your own joints as if they were the enemy. This causes intense inflammation, swelling, warmth, and redness. This type hurts even at rest, feels worse in the morning with stiffness lasting more than an hour, and often affects multiple joints at the same time, usually symmetrically on both sides of your body. This requires medical care, and I mean this seriously. If you have morning stiffness lasting more than an hour every day, multiple joints hurting at once, or joints that are red, hot, and swollen, you need to see a doctor soon. The first 3 to 6 months are absolutely critical for preventing permanent damage. Inside every joint is something called synovial fluid. Think of it exactly like motor oil in a car engine. It lubricates joint surfaces so bones don't grind, cushions impact like shock absorbers, and nourishes the cartilage. Here's what's fascinating. Movement increases synovial fluid production. Every time you move a joint, the movement pumps fluid in and out, like squeezing a sponge. This is why movement reduces stiffness. The more you move gently, the more fluid your joints produce. Studies in osteoarthritis and cartilage showed that people who walked 20 to 30 minutes 5 times per week had 15% more synovial fluid after just 12 weeks. Movement literally lubricates your joints. Let me tell you about exercise, and this is vital. Exercise is not optional if you have joint problems. I know it seems backward. My joints hurt, so shouldn't I rest them? No. Joints that don't move become stiffer, weaker, and more painful. But you need the right kind of exercise, and you need to warm up first. Warming up is not optional. Not optional at all. Think of collagen like cold butter. Cold butter is hard and breaks if you try to spread it. Warm butter is soft and moves easily. Your tendons are the same. As a warm-up, you can march in place, just lifting your knees gently. Roll your shoulders backward in big circles. Move your hips in circles. Walk slowly around your house for 2 minutes. Then take deep breaths for 30 seconds. Do this every single day before you stretch or exercise. Now let's talk about stretching, because getting this right prevents injury, and getting this wrong causes injury. There are 2 types. Dynamic stretching means moving while you stretch, like swinging your leg back and forth or rolling your shoulders in circles. Static stretching means holding a stretch in one position without moving, like touching your toes and holding. Here's the golden rule. Dynamic stretching is safe when you're cold and should be done first thing in the morning before any activity. Static stretching should only be done when your body is already warm, like after a walk or warm bath. Never first thing in the morning. The best exercises for your joints are swimming, cycling, and walking. Swimming is perfect, absolutely perfect for joints. Water supports 90% of your body weight, so if you weigh 150 pounds, your knees only feel 15 pounds of pressure. A study in the American Journal of Physical Medicine followed 180 adults over 60 with knee arthritis who swam 3 times per week for 12 weeks. They had 40% less pain, 30% better flexibility, and 25% stronger muscles. And X-rays confirmed no increase in cartilage damage. Start with just walking in chest-deep water for 10 to 15 minutes twice a week. You don't even need to swim laps. Look for community centers with pools and senior programs, YMCA or YWCA with affordable memberships and senior discounts. Hotel pools that allow non-guests to pay per visit, or therapy pools if prescribed by your doctor, where insurance may cover it. Cycling is the second best option. Your body weight is supported by the bike seat, not your joints. The circular motion is smooth with no jarring impact. Start with a stationary bike for 10 minutes at low resistance and gradually increase to 20 to 30 minutes 3 to 5 times per week. Walking is good too, but choose soft surfaces like grass or dirt trails over concrete when possible. Wear proper cushioned shoes and use walking poles to reduce joint stress by 25%. Tai Chi deserves special mention because studies in Annals of Internal Medicine found it was equally effective as physical therapy for knee arthritis. Now let me tell you something critical about hydration. Your tendons and ligaments are made up of about 70% water. When you're dehydrated, your tissues become like dried leather, stiff and brittle and prone to tearing. When you're properly hydrated, they're like supple leather, flexible and resilient. Most people over 50 are slightly dehydrated without knowing it because the thirst sensation decreases with age. You need at least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. That's 48 to 64 ounces total. Signs you need more water include dark yellow urine that should be pale and almost clear, dry mouth, feeling thirsty, which means you're already dehydrated, and feeling stiffer than usual. Keep a water bottle with you and take a sip every 15 to 20 minutes. What you eat directly affects joint inflammation. Some foods are like throwing gasoline on a fire. Others are like water putting it out. Eat more of these foods that reduce inflammation. Fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, and sardines, are rich in omega-3 fatty acids that directly reduce joint inflammation. Aim for 2 to 3 servings per week. Berries, like blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries, are loaded with antioxidants. Eat 1 cup daily. Leafy greens, like spinach, kale, and collards, are high in vitamins that protect joints. Eat 1 to 2 servings daily. Extra virgin olive oil contains natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Use 2 to 3 tablespoons daily. Turmeric is one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatories. Add it to soups and curries, or take as a supplement with black pepper, which increases absorption. Eat less of these foods that increase inflammation. Sugar and sweetened drinks trigger inflammatory chemicals in your body. Avoid soda, candy, and baked goods. Yes, I know. Somehow, only the most delicious things ever make this list. Processed meats, like hot dogs, sausages, bacon, and deli meats, promote inflammation. Limit to once per week or less. Refined carbohydrates like white bread, white rice, and pastries spike blood sugar and cause inflammation. Choose whole grains instead. Understanding when to use heat versus ice is simple and very important. Use heat for stiff joints, morning pain, and before movement, because heat increases blood flow, relaxes muscles, and makes tissues more flexible. Apply a heating pad, warm towel, or take a warm bath at a temperature that's warm but not hot, around 104 to 113 degrees, for 15 to 20 minutes, and you can use it multiple times per day. Use ice for swelling when joints are puffy and hot, sharp pain from sudden flare-ups, and after activity or a long day on your feet, because ice reduces blood flow, decreases swelling, and numbs pain. Wrap an ice pack in a thin towel, never directly on skin. Apply for 15 to 20 minutes, remove for at least 40 minutes before reapplying, and repeat 3 to 4 times per day if needed. The simple rule is ice for inflammation and heat for stiffness. If you're not sure, ask yourself. If it's swollen, red, or hot, use ice. If it's stiff, achy, or tight, use heat. You need to see a doctor soon if morning stiffness lasts more than an hour every day. Multiple joints hurt at the same time. Joints are red, hot, and very swollen. You have a fever along with joint pain. Pain is not improving with rest and home treatments, or you're having trouble with daily activities like dressing, cooking, or walking. See a doctor immediately if a joint is severely swollen and you can't move it. You have sudden, severe pain after an injury, or a joint feels hot and you have a fever. Let me summarize the most important truths, and these are critical, absolutely critical to remember. Stiffness after 50 is normal but manageable. Collagen decreases with age, but movement restores flexibility. Dynamic stretching with movement is safer than static stretching when you're cold. Warm-ups are essential. Never skip them. Just 5 minutes prevents injuries. Hydration keeps tissues elastic. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water throughout the day. Movement lubricates joints by increasing synovial fluid. Sitting all day makes stiffness worse. Low-impact exercise protects joints. Choose swimming, cycling, walking, or Tai Chi. Food reduces inflammation from the inside. Eat more fish, berries, vegetables, olive oil, and turmeric. Eat less sugar, processed meats, and refined carbs. Heat and ice must be used correctly. heat for stiffness, and ice for swelling. Your body is not failing you. It is asking for gentle care. And the most important message, really important, possibly the most important message of all, motion is medicine. Gentle, regular motion keeps joints alive. If you understand this, practice this, and repeat this, you can stay mobile, independent, and comfortable for many years to come.